Pokemon Stone Evos are a simple and effective way to evolve your Pokemon, but what if I just swapped them all around and made some real monsters? How about we get this Roselia and give it a Firestone? Or Poliwhirl with a real nice chilly Ice Stone. Yeah, that's right, I'm just straight up torturing Pokemon now. Stick around, because I've got some new evolutions for Pokemon using the completely wrong stone, just because I'm a monster. Alright, let's jump in with one that's both sweet and kinda messed up, as if they aren't all weird in their own way. And hey, comment down below which Pokemon you think should get a stone evolution in the next video. Chinchino and Minchino are two designs I love. They're super cute and I get their names mixed around all the time. Normally they evolve with a shiny stone, which I guess is sort of like some kind of beautiful light smushed into a stone, I don't know. But instead we can give it a moonstone. And don't worry, it isn't going to be a space chinchilla like our Launchu was. My idea here was, because chinchillas have such soft, fluffy fur, it made me think of some kind of super soft, snuggly pillow or blanket. Something that helps with sleep. And with the moonstone being about the night moon, and in Munna's case, dreams, our evolution here could be a sleepy little chin. I thought the Kamala needs more buddies in the I'm always asleep but cannot scream club. And so this Chinzo here is always snuggled up with its soft fur and pillow-like tail that makes a little Z shape around its head at all times. I can imagine it maybe sleepwalking around, but the moment it stops or in battle it falls straight back down to sleep again. The one thing I wanted to show was that psychic type, but keep it distinct from Mishana. So Minchino's fluffy head tuft now grows into this long, super puffy cloud-like structure that is kind of supposed to look like a cartoonish dream bubble. And if you look in there, you may just see visions of dreams and other things. And also, it would totally glow when it uses special attacks, because I'm a damn sucker for glowing parts on Pokemon. Listen, I know it's a little messed up of a Pokemon, but you gotta admit, they do be looking pretty comfy there. Vischinzo, the Dreamer Pokemon, a normal and psychic type. Minchino evolves into Vischinzo when exposed to a Moonstone. Vischinzo is asleep from the moment they evolve. It is impossible to wake them. The tuft of fur on their head changes color depending on its mood and the dreams it has. People collect Vischinzo fur to use in bedding materials. The fur is so soft and imbued with slight psychic energy that anyone who sleeps on a pillow made of the fur has the best sleep ever. Vischinzo has the ability Comatose. We're hopping over to Gen 1 this time for a Nidorino evolution, taking that Moonstone away, bye-bye Nidoking, and giving it the Thunderstone. Shocking, I know. Heh. I wanted to make a Nidoking adjacent design here, but have it resemble a bit like one of those electricity pylons you'd see. Those giant things that would give the windmill giants that Don Quixote saw a run for their money. It'd be a Pokemon found mainly around the power plants of the Pokemon world, especially in Kanto, sacrificing their ground typing for the electric poison type. Instead of straight up just not being affected by electricity, it just gets hit and powers itself up, still taking damage though sadly. A bit more of a mechanical and smooth Nido design. It has a sort of vibe to it of some weird stage play getup. If you know the stage play the Starlight Express, I feel like Nidocoil here would actually fit so well in that. And to be honest, I don't know if I like that or not. Nidocoil, the Attractor Pokemon, a poison and electric type. Nidorino evolves into Nidocoil when exposed to a Thunderstone. In certain regions, herds of Nidoran and Nidorino are hit by lightning blasts. While unaffected, it changes their DNA eventually, evolving them into Nidocoil. A Thunderstone simply speeds up the process. By absorbing electricity, their horns and claws begin to glow with energy. A jab from these glowing parts unleashes thousands of volts into the foe's body. Nidocoil have the abilities Poison Point and Lightning Rod. Well, this next one is Gen 1. The Growlithe we are focusing on is from the ancient past, in that of the excellently designed Hisuian Growlithe. We're getting that Firestone out of the way and instead focusing on the Shiny Stone. I felt like the Shiny Stone made many of the Pokemon that evolved into it kind of majestic and fabulous, even a little bit mythic in a way. And so I set out to make a Pokemon that had similar Arcanine energy, but lent a little bit further into what I thought we would get from a Hisuian Growlithe evolution in the first place. I chose Dragon typing here because I thought it would go towards a mix between a Lion Dog-like design that Arcanine already had, but also a little bit of a Kyurem design in a way as well. Think of it less as it fully leaving the Arcanine, but more becoming a sort of adjacent like Arcanine Pokemon. Becoming longer and smoother, giving a bit more substance to the Dragon typing, and also feeling a bit like the legendary beast in its lore, but unlike those scrubs that couldn't handle a bit of tower fire, Guardian here diffs the fire and saves people instead. Get good, Entei. Got Guardian writing GG easy in the chat after the game. What am I talking about? Guardian, the protector Pokemon of Fire and Dragon type. Hisuian Growlithe evolves into Guardian when exposed to a shiny stone. In ancient Hisui, a shrine maiden gave her Growlithe a stone, which would give it good luck and protection. When the shrine was lit ablaze and their shrine maiden was in danger, Growlithe evolved into Guardian with help from the stone to protect her. Even now, Guardians appear when people most need protection, a symbol of good luck given form. Guardian have the abilities Rockhead and Marvel Scale. Let's do 2 Gen 3 Mons this time, starting with Roselia, and then into Lombre. With Roselia, we no longer get the brave musketeer in Roserade, but now we use a Firestone, and contrary to what happened, it survives, and it becomes pure passion. I went with a rose that felt fitting here, the Hot Merengue Rose. Is it because it had the word hot in it and looked like a fire? Hell yeah, it was. I like the idea of having the rose itself kind of flip upside down, and because the rose symbolizes passion and deep reds reminded me of a flamenco dancer, I thought this would be the perfect evolution for Roselia, and a really good foil for Roserade. It's funny because I made Roselucia taller than Roserade, so now it's a manlet to them. Got like a Rose Quartz and Greg Universe thing going on here. Much like Oricorio's fire-type form, it is about the passionate and spicy dancing, and as Roselucia dances, flames flick up all around it, giving a new meaning to the move Fiery Dance, which I think it would definitely have. I feel like this would have been a really cool Pokemon to have been found in Paldea. It just kind of fits it really well there. Roselucia, the Passion Pokemon, a Grass and Fire type. Roselia evolves into Roselucia when exposed to a Firestone. Roselucia dances endlessly and has passion to spare, inspiring other Pokemon around it to dance. The more passionate Roselucia and its allies dance, the more fire spits out from their petals. Roselucia can dance so vigorously that the heat haze it creates can cause vivid illusions. Any battle against Roselucia becomes a passionate dance against an army of Roselucia illusions, till the foe passes out from heat exhaustion. Roselucia has the abilities Natural Cure and Dancer. Okay, so we say goodbye to Waterstone Lombre and say hello to the Dusk Stone. Alright, I named this one Kidnapper. The name was just too good. It's like an evil Kappa, okay? Don't come at me. So yeah, a big inspo for this was the idea of many of Lombre's dex entries saying it's mischievous and also being mistaken for a human child, giving me kind of doppelganger vibes. So I wanted to go a bit of a darker route. Unlike Ludicolo, who's got all the energy, Kidnapper likes to float in waterways or chill-like with its big hat on the surface, kind of just hanging down, waiting to strike on unsuspecting prey. I didn't want to go too dark, even though Drifloon does indeed talk about taking people away. But Kidnapper is just misunderstood, I swear. I always like those giant lily pads and the beautiful flowers they can have. And then you look underneath and they're just like super eldritch. So I think it comes out pretty well in Kidnapper's design here. The only thing I think I would change is maybe make it so the hat piece looks a little more attached, but oh well. I wanted to make sure you could see everything up there and that creepy grin down below. Kidnapper, the malevolent Pokemon, a water and dark type. Lombre evolves into Kidnapper when exposed to a Dusk Stone. Kidnapper live at the water's edge, appearing as a large lily pad. Pokemon that stand upon it become prey. It will play pranks on humans, shooting water at them while their backs are turned. Legends say the kidnapper would take people who visit rivers during the night and try and integrate themselves into the role that person played in life. In truth, however, they're just silly Pokemon with a prankster streak. Kidnapper have the ability Swift Swim and Prankster. Poliwhirl's up next, and we're putting them in the freezer with the Ice Stone, and I'm pretty happy with this one. So this design is based off wood frogs using their adaptations to survive winter by freezing around them, but thanks to their antifreeze, still living. I ain't no scientist, so I can't really explain it much better, but that's pretty crazy and alien to me. A frog that's frozen up and not moving was an interesting idea, but I decided to go further and take a page out of Galarian Mr. Mime and make Poly here a mime. Wee wee. When Poliwhirl evolves, the Ice Stone kind of freezes their body, giving them two large mime mitts and a podium that are actually their feet, and even an icy hat that looks like frozen droplets on their head. And they kind of just chill there, unmoving, without a sound, until they don't and just slap you. Even when they are happy, they just look like something's wrong, and for Poly here, it's the fact that he's just farted in an elevator and doesn't want anyone to notice it was him. Poly, the mime Pokemon, a water and ice type. Poliwhirl evolves into Poly when exposed to an Ice Stone. The process of evolution slows Poly down. They are slow, but notice minute details and can copy any Pokemon's movements perfectly. It makes no sounds and only takes a breath sporadically. Many Pokemon will ignore Poly only for them to be struck by a solid ice strike from their hand. Looking back around, Poly will be in the same position as before. Poly have the ability Soundproof and Dancer. The final entry for this video is Doublade. Normally you use a Dusk Stone on him, but you've seen the Light Brothers. Oh, that's right, we're giving him the Sun Stone. The funny idea I had for this one was that the Sunstone already looks like some kind of jagged kind of mace anyway, so what if we adapted it into a Pokemon? Solonite here is much like the light of Lathander from Baldur's Gate 3, a bright sunlight mace that banishes the darkness and makes Solonite a bit more of a good-natured Pokemon. I mean, the Pokemon anime makes Aegislash look like a big sweetie the way everyone uses it to fly around, but whatever. Its handcloth now starting to tatter as that dark energy is being pushed away, and then all that's left is the full concentrated power of the sun, which I've heard Asterion loves.
Well, apparently there's a limit. Somewhere between a nice summer's day and the full concentrated power of the sun!
I know it's weird to go sword, big honking mace, but if anything can change a Pokemon's DNA enough, it'd be the power of an evolution stone. Just ask Eevee. And man, I really just want like a life-size version of this Pokemon as a prop. It'd be so cool. I wish I had a giant 3D printer or, the skills to be able to make giant props like that. Damn, maybe one day. Solonite, the mace Pokemon, a rock and ghost type. Doublade evolves into Solonite when exposed to a Sunstone. In ancient times, Solonite was seen as a ritualistic weapon used in battles as a show to the sun god's self, and bring the night to an end once more. When Solonite gets fired up from battle, the gems lining their body begins to glow. They almost resemble a sun themselves when this happens. Anyone who grabs Solonite's handle will feel a pleasant warmth like being under the sun. Solonite has the ability Rock Head. And that's all the stone evolutions I have for you today. I really enjoyed doing these, so make sure to comment your faves of the video and what stone evolution I should do next. And make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't, as it helps me make more videos like this. And consider becoming a member to be even more supportive. Thanks so much for watching, and make sure to check out more videos in the end screen right now.
It was me!